What if the way you treat the people closest to you reveals more about your faith than anything you say in public? What if the real test of your character isn't how you act when everything is going well, but how you respond inside your own home? And what if the relationships you struggle with the most are actually the place where your faith is meant to grow the strongest? There is something deeply personal about the relationships in our daily lives. Marriage, family, authority, responsibility, these are not just roles we play. They are environments where our values are tested, where our patience is stretched, and where our character is revealed. In Ephesians 5:21-6-9, we are given instructions that go far beyond simple rules. This is not about control or hierarchy in the way the world often defines it. It is about alignment, respect, responsibility, and love expressed in practical, everyday ways. The passage begins with a foundation that applies to everyone. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. This changes everything. Before any specific role is mentioned, there is a call to mutual respect. This is not about one person being more important than another. It is about recognizing that every relationship functions best when there is humility and a willingness to serve, not just to be served. Submission here is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is choosing respect even when emotions are high. It is choosing to value the other person, not just assert your own position. Then the focus moves into marriage. Wives are called to respect their husbands. This is not about silence or loss of identity. It is about trust, support, and honoring the role within the relationship. And husbands are given an even heavier responsibility to love their wives just as Christ loved the church. Think about that. That kind of love is not casual. It is not based on mood or convenience. It is sacrificial. It is consistent. It is intentional. It is a love that gives, protects, and nurtures. This means love is not just about saying the right words. It is about actions. It is about showing care even when it's not easy. It is about putting the needs of the other person before your own comfort. And this applies in both directions. A strong relationship is not built on one person carrying everything. It is built on both choosing to give, to listen, to understand. But let's be honest, this is not always easy. Misunderstandings happen, stress builds, expectations clash, and in those moments it's easy to fall back into reaction instead of intention, to raise your voice instead of pausing, to defend instead of listening, to pull away instead of leaning in. But this is where faith becomes real, because it's easy to love when everything is going well. But choosing love in difficult moments, that's where growth happens. Then the passage moves to children and parents. Children are called to obey and honor their parents. This is not just about rules. It is about respect, learning, and building a foundation for life. Honor creates stability. It creates structure. It helps shape character. But parents are also given a responsibility. Do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up with care, instruction, and guidance. This is important. Authority without understanding leads to frustration. Rules without relationship lead to distance. Children need more than correction. They need direction. They need encouragement. They need to feel seen and valued. The way parents speak, the way they respond, the way they guide, these things shape how children see themselves and the world. And this principle extends beyond just family. The passage then addresses servants and masters, which in today's context can be understood as work relationships, leadership, and responsibility. Those who work are called to do their work sincerely, not just when being watched, but with integrity. This means your work ethic is not based on who is watching. It is based on who you are. It is easy to do the minimum, to cut corners, to give less when no one notices. But integrity means consistency. It means doing what is right even when it's not recognized. Because your character is not defined by visibility. It is defined by consistency. And those in positions of authority are reminded to treat others with fairness and respect, knowing that everyone ultimately answers to God. This removes the idea of power being about control. Instead, leadership becomes responsibility. It becomes about how you influence others, how you treat them, how you create an environment that builds rather than breaks. Whether in a family, a relationship, or a workplace, these principles apply. Respect, responsibility, integrity, love. But here's something important to understand. These instructions are not about perfection. They are about direction. Because no relationship is perfect. There will be disagreements, there will be mistakes, there will be moments when you fall short. But what matters is what you do in those moments. Do you stay stuck in frustration, or do you choose growth? Do you hold on to pride, or do you choose humility? Do you react emotionally, or do you respond intentionally? Every relationship gives you the opportunity to practice these choices. And over time, those choices shape the environment around you. They shape the atmosphere in your home. They shape the strength of your connections. They shape the level of trust and peace you experience. Because here's the truth. Your environment is not just created by circumstances. It is created by behavior, by words, by reactions, by daily decisions. And that means you have more influence than you think. You may not be able to control everything, but you can control how you show up. You can choose patience when it's easier to react. You can choose kindness when tension rises. You can choose to listen instead of interrupting. You can choose to apologize when you're wrong. These small choices may not seem significant in the moment, but over time, they build something strong. They build trust. They build understanding. They build connection. And that's what these instructions are pointing toward. Not control, not perfection, but healthy, strong, meaningful relationships. Relationships where people feel valued, where communication is open, where growth is possible, and where love is visible, not just spoken. But let's go deeper. Why does this matter so much? Because the way you live in your closest relationships reflects what you truly believe. It's easy to speak about faith. It's easy to present a certain image in public. But your home, your relationships, your daily interactions, these reveal the real story. They show whether your values are just words or something you live out. And that's where transformation becomes visible, not in big moments, but in everyday life, in conversations, in decisions, in reactions. That's where your faith takes shape. So today, take a moment and reflect. How do you treat the people closest to you? Are your words building or breaking? Are your actions consistent with your values? Are you creating an environment of respect, patience, and love? Or are there patterns that need to change? Because change doesn't happen by accident. It starts with awareness, then comes intention, then comes action. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small. Choose one area. Maybe it's your tone, maybe it's your patience, maybe it's your willingness to listen. Focus on that, practice it. And over time, it becomes natural. Because growth is not about doing everything at once. It's about taking steps. And those steps lead to transformation, a stronger relationship, a healthier environment, a more peaceful home. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are choosing to live differently. And that choice matters. Because every relationship you are part of is an opportunity to reflect love, to build trust, to grow. So don't underestimate the impact of your actions. Don't underestimate the power of small changes, because they add up and they shape the life you live. Thank you for watching this video. If this message encouraged you, don't forget to like, follow the channel Holy Path Insights, and share this video with someone who wants to build stronger, healthier relationships.